Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. Yeah, guys, this video is about to preview this French Open final that we have tomorrow between Rafael Nadal and Dominic Thiem. Exactly the same French Open, exactly the same players as we had in the last year's French Open final in 2018 between Rafael Nadal and Dominic Thiem. Like we all remember that last year when Rafa won that French Open final last year against Thiem in straight sets. So now we're going to have exactly the same players in this year's French Open final in 2019. Rafa, that he went to his 12th French Open final was not a surprise. It was very, very expected by everyone in the world, at least for those who knows tennis. And Thiem, that he takes his that he goes through on the top half of the draw to his second French Open final. It's not a crazy surprise either, because we know that Thiem is one of the best clay court players in the world, the second best clay court player in the world, according to me, behind Rafa Nadal, of course. So it was always between Thiem or Djokovic who would play Rafa Nadal in the French Open final. Even though when we saw the draw, we knew that it would be between these two guys. The battle will be, and they fought. They really fought for that French Open final tomorrow. The match just ended between Novak Djokovic and Dominic Thiem in 5 sets. Dominic Thiem won that 5 sets 7-5. All in all, I just think that Dominic Thiem was a slight better player than Novak Djokovic, to be quite honest, guys. He was the more braver player on the court. He was the player who went more for his shots. Djokovic played like Djokovic usually plays, especially on clay, in my opinion. He doesn't take many risks in his game. He doesn't pull the trigger way too many times when he plays tennis, not on clay especially. So, in my opinion, I just thought that Djokovic tried to win this match by Thiem doing unforced errors, which Thiem did, but not enough unforced errors for Djokovic to win, even though Djokovic was not far away to win this match, actually. But Thiem, in the end, was the better player. Thiem was in the lead all the time. Thiem won the first set, then Djokovic won the second set, then Thiem won the third set, then Djokovic won the fourth set, and even in that fifth set, Thiem was in the lead. He was 4-1 up. Then the rain delay came, and then after the rain delay, Djokovic managed to take his teeth into the match and make it to 4-3. But then in that 4-3 game, in that 8th game, guys, when Djokovic was serving to make it to 4-4, Djokovic choked there. In my opinion, Djokovic choked. He was 30-0 up, and he did 4 straight unforced errors and gave the crucial break to Thiem. And Thiem broke to 5-3. Then it was Thiem's turn to choke in that 9th game when Thiem was serving for the match, when he was leading 5-3 in that fifth decider set. In that 9th game, when Thiem was trying to serve the match and to win the match, and he had 2 match points. He was 40-50 up, and Thiem just produced horrible unforced errors. You could clearly see that Thiem choked big times. He was nervous. He was not hitting the ball clean. He just gave Novak Djokovic that way totally for free. That game totally for free. Novak Djokovic didn't need to do anything, guys, like you clearly saw as well. Thiem did 4 straight unforced errors. four or five or six straight unforced errors, something like that, and just gave that game totally away to Novak Djokovic, and Novak Djokovic then took his teeth once again into the match. But in the end of that fifth set, just Thiem was the braver player. Thiem was the more player who took more risks, and he got rewarded to play a French Open final, to play his second French Open final in his career, his second straight French Open final, and in the end, Thiem won that fifth set 7-5. Djokovic was trying to stay alive in that match. In that 12th game, in the fifth set, he was trying to stay in that 12th game, in that fifth set, alive to progress that fifth set, but he just couldn't. Like I said, he was trying to win this match by being passive, guys, by letting Dominic Thiem do all the work, by letting Dominic Thiem out-hit himself with unforced errors. That was Novak Djokovic trying to do in this game. He was not. Novak Djokovic is, in my opinion, an offensive defensive player, guys. That is my opinion. What Novak Djokovic is. He is a tremendous good offensive defensive player, but I have seen Novak Djokovic play this kind of tennis before. One match that I remember was in that 2015 French Open final as well, against Stan Wawrinka, when Novak Djokovic won that first set, and after that first set he stopped playing. He just was hitting the balls back on court and was just waiting for Stan Wawrinka to make unforced errors, which Stan Wawrinka didn't do in that 2015 French Open final, and won that French Open final in 4 sets. And he tried to do the same pattern today, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree. Novak Djokovic isn't like Rafa Nadal. When Rafa Nadal has a short ball into the court, he will punish you. He will kill the point. Novak Djokovic doesn't really do that. Novak Djokovic punishes you when the ball is really, really short, almost close to the net. But if the ball lands on the service line, he doesn't punish you. He's not brave enough. He's passive. In this match, he was passive, and that's why he lost. That's why he lost, and that's why Dominic Thiem won, because Dominic Thiem was, in the end, the more braver player. And the more braver player got rewarded, in my opinion. And that's why Dominic Thiem won this match deservedly. He was better than Djokovic, not with much, but... And we knew that before, even when I did my preview a couple of days ago, I said that I am not sure who will win this match. I had Djokovic as my slight favorite, but I said that I would not be surprised if Dominic Thiem ends as the winner. Which I am... And of course I am not. Absolutely not. I would be surprised if Roger won against Federer. If Roger won against Nadal, that would be a big surprise to me. But the team defeated Novak, this is not a surprise. This is, in my opinion, this is because I wanted Novak to be in that final, because I think that Novak would have given Rafa a bigger fight, in my opinion. Because Novak is, like we all know, Rafa's biggest challenger throughout his career. Novak has defeated Rafa 28 times in his career, 7 times on clay. And Dominic Thiem, of course, Dominic Thiem has defeated Rafa as well. And he has defeated him only on clay, actually. It is 8-4 to Rafa Nadal in the head-to-head between Rafa and Thiem. And they have played 11 times on clay, actually, and only 1 time on the other surface, which was that battle in 2018 US Open quarterfinal, an epic battle which Rafa won in 5 sets in a tiebreak in that 5th set. But all the other encounters, they have been on clay, and on clay the head-to-head is 7-4 to Rafa Nadal, 3-0 in French Open. Dominic Thiem and Rafa has faced each other, like you guys probably know, 3 times on French Open, and it is 3-0. And Dominic Thiem has not managed to take 1 single set from Rafa Nadal. The first time they faced each other was in 2014, straight sets victory for Rafa Nadal. The second time was in 2017, straight sets to Rafa Nadal. And the third time was in that French Open final last year. Straight sets victory for Rafa Nadal. And who do I think will win this battle in this final tomorrow? It will be Rafa Nadal, guys. I will be shocked if Dominic Thiem defeated Rafa Nadal. I will be shocked, to be quite honest, guys, because I am not counting that Dominic Thiem will defeat Rafa Nadal in this French Open final. I know that Dominic Thiem has defeated Rafa Nadal before on clay, 4 times actually, most times of all players behind Djokovic, who Djokovic has defeated Rafa 7 times on clay. But all these victories has come in small tournaments, guys, not in 5 sets, in 3 sets. The first time Dominic Thiem defeated Rafa, I think it was in Buenos Aires in 2016. The second time was in 2017, I think, in Rome. The second time in 2017 in Rome. The third time it was in 2018 in Madrid, I believe, last year. Yes, 2018 in Madrid last year, Dominic Thiem defeated Rafa. And the fourth time it is earlier this year in Barcelona in that semi-final in straight sets when Dominic Thiem won. So this is the fourth time that Dominic Thiem has defeated Rafa Nadal, but all this fourth time that he has defeated Rafa has been in 3 sets matches and not in French Open. And like you all guys know, French Open, Rafa is a total different animal. He's a total different beast. He has only lost 1 single set so far in this tournament, and that was against David Goffin in the 3rd round. David Goffin did probably his best set in his life, especially on clay, and managed to take 1 set from Rafa. But you don't win matches to only take 1 set from Rafa. You have to take 3 sets, and I don't think that Dominic Thiem will do that. He has the game, he has the ground strokes, good Dominic Thiem. He has the power, because if he didn't have that, he wouldn't have defeated Dominic Thiem in 3 sets matches as well on clay. So apparently, clearly, obviously that he has the game to bother Rafa Nadal. But like I've said in so many times in my earlier videos, guys, he doesn't have the consistency to be with Rafa in 4 to 5 hours. He has to keep the unforced errors low, because he will not defeat Rafa Nadal to do 40, 50 unforced errors like he did against Djokovic in these semifinals. He can defeat a player like Djokovic with that, because Djokovic will not punish you like Rafa does. Because Djokovic is not as good clay court player like Rafa Nadal is. Who is it? Nobody is. Rafa Nadal is the greatest clay court player. Rafa Nadal is the greatest clay court player of all time, and Rafa is playing his 12th French Open final. He has never lost a French Open final. He's not even been near to losing a French Open final. Rafa has won all his French Open finals in 3 sets or in 4 sets. So Dominic Thiem to take 3 sets from Rafa Nadal, and Dominic Thiem has played tennis since Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now on Sunday will be his 4th straight day of playing tennis. I know that Dominic Thiem is a physical beast. He doesn't get tired. He is probably the strongest physical player on the tour, together with Rafa Nadal, in my opinion. He is even stronger than Djokovic on the physical aspects, in my opinion. I've never seen Dominic Thiem being tired. I have never seen. So I don't think that he will be. He will be a little tired tomorrow, of course, because he will be playing 4 straight days in tennis. But I don't think that be the big factor. The big factor will be because why Rafa will win the match. He is a better clay court player, simply as that. He is a more consistent tennis player than Dominic Thiem. Not only than Dominic Thiem, but more consistent than everyone in the world, than everyone on the tennis history on clay. So Dominic Thiem to defeat Rafa Nadal in tomorrow's final, he really has to be with Rafa Nadal toe to toe from the first point to the last point, and that is easier said than done. Nobody can achieve that, because we all know that Rafa will be here all the time from the first point to the last point. We know that he will not have any dips, and even if Rafa have any dips, he will have them 1 or 2 or most 5 minutes. But Dominic Thiem can have dips 20 minutes, 14 minutes, half an hour, like he had today against Djokovic. He was serving for the match in that 5th set and he choked. You cannot afford to give that kind of that kind of opportunities to Rafa Nadal. Man, he's a lion, guys. He's a beast. You cannot give a beast his finger. If you give the beast the finger, he will take your whole arm. No, man, he will take your whole body. So Dominic Thiem, to have a chance against Rafa Nadal tomorrow, to win against Rafa Nadal, he has to be with Rafa toe to toe, 4, 5, 6 hours. And I don't think that Dominic Thiem is ready to be that. I think Dominic Thiem will win French Open someday, but he will do that when Rafa gets even more older. Not that Rafa is crazy young, he's 33 years old, but he's still very, very, very good. He's still performing very, very quality tennis on clay. So the big question is, will Dominic Thiem take one set? Will he take his first set against Rafa Nadal for the first time in a French Open match? That is the big question. I think he will take his first set. I think Rafa wins in 4 this match. That is my feeling. He should take his first set, man. He has taken himself to his... Dominic Thiem has taken himself to his second French Open final in 2 straight years. He should take his first set with Nadal because he has a big game. He generates a lot of topspin, exactly like Rafa Nadal. Dominic Thiem is probably the second player who generates a lot of topspin, most topspin behind Rafa Nadal. He has that great kick serve. He has that huge forehand. But my big issue in this matchup will be Dominic's backhand. Dominic's backhand is for sure solid, but that it isn't a great weapon. And Rafa will hit those top spin on Dominic's backhand till Dominic will make an unforced error, because Dominic's big weapon is his forehand. Firstly, his forehand, that is Dominic's big weapon, and then after that his serve, his second serve, in my opinion. Dominic's backhand is not a weapon, not a huge weapon at least. It is a solid shot, but guys, to defeat Rafa Nadal in French Open, you have to have a great backhand, because that is the kind of way that Rafa defeats his opponents, by playing high topspin shots to his opponent's backhand. That is the way that Rafa has defeated Roger Federer throughout the years with this tactic, and against all the other one-handed backhands players. Who has defeated Rafa Nadal on French Open? 2 players, Robin Söderling in 2009 and Novak Djokovic in 2015, and they have had tremendous good backhand, guys. They have had tremendous good backhand. They could take that ball on the rise and hit through Rafa Nadal. Will Dominic Thiem do that in the final tomorrow? I doubt it, guys. Dominic Thiem's backhand is solid. Don't misunderstand me, guys, but not good enough to win him the match. That's my feeling. Hope I'm wrong. It will be tremendous fun to have a new French Open winner for the first time since 2016, since Djokovic is the player who has won the French Open besides Rafa Nadal, and to have a new Grand Slam champion, to have a new French Open champion. All respect to Rafa Nadal, he is a tremendous athlete, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, one of the greatest athletes of all time. But I'm tired to seeing Rafa Nadal winning French Open all the time, year in and year out. It will be fun for tennis. It will be exciting for tennis, at least for people, for persons like me who are not a big Rafa Nadal fan. I'm not a Rafa Nadal fan. I've said it many times before, and I will say it again. I respect Rafa Nadal like an athlete, like a tennis player. He's a huge athlete, like I said, one of the greatest athletes of all time. But I want to see a new French Open champion tomorrow. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that I will not do that. Rafa Nadal is simply too strong. He's too solid. He's too consistent. He doesn't have any leaks in his game, guys. His forehand is absolutely amazing. His backhand is absolutely great as well. His backhand has been super amazing in these 2 weeks here in French Open. We saw what he did with his backhand against Roger Federer on Friday. He did sick winners, guys, from all over the court, guys. So his serve has improved as well. His defensive play is amazing, like it has always been. His offensive game is amazing. He doesn't give you any free points. You have to earn every single point against Rafa Nadal. So to face Rafa Nadal in a French Open match, especially in the French Open final, it is a nightmare, guys. And the only way to defeat him, you have to play your match of your life, guys. Your match of your life in 5 hours. And will Dominic Thiem do that tomorrow? I don't think so, guys. He has defeated Rafa Nadal 4 times on clay in 3 sets matches, like I told you before. But he has never taken 1 set against Rafa Nadal in 3 French Open meetings. And now this will be their 4th French Open meeting tomorrow. And I truly believe that Novak Djokovic would have given Rafa Nadal a better match, a better fight. Even though that I think that Djokovic would have lost against Rafa Nadal as well. You cannot win against Rafa Nadal by being passive. Passive, guys. You cannot do that. You have to take away time from Rafa Nadal. And I think that Dominic Thiem will try to do that tomorrow. He will play that game. He will be offensive. He will try to take time away from Rafa Nadal, but he will leak unforced errors, especially from that backhand side. He has to do 20-24 unforced errors in the whole match to have a chance to win against Rafa Nadal. And will he do that? Will he do 20-25 unforced errors against Rafa Nadal? No, he will do more than 35-40 unforced errors in tomorrow's French Open final. And in that way, Rafa Nadal will defeat Dominic Thiem. I think he will defeat Dominic Thiem in 4 sets. That is my feeling. I think that Dominic Thiem will take his first ever set against Rafa Nadal in French Open. But I will not be surprised if Rafa wins in straight sets as well. Absolutely not. It is Rafa Nadal we're talking about, the greatest clay court player of all time. Alright guys, this is it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.